Hello friends, we are discussing unit number 3. In the first unit, we have discussed about the basic definitions of bending stress, shear stresses, then parallel axis theorem, perpendicular axis theorem, then radius of gyration, and then we have discussed about various equations used for moment of inertia. Now in this lecture 2, I am going to discuss about moment of inertia of different cross sections, geometrical cross sections. Okay. Initially, I will just revise the equations that we have seen in the last lecture. So for rectangular section, it is BD cube by 12 about x axis, and about y it is dV cube by 12. Okay. Whenever any axis cutting to any side, that side should have the third power. Okay, that is d cube. X is cutting d, so d cube. Y cutting b, so it will be b cube. And similarly, you can use it is for hollow sections too. Okay. Here you can see for hollow rectangular section, it is BD cube by 12 minus small BD cube by 12. Small BD cube means what? Dimension of the small inner rectangle. It is just revision of this previous lecture. Circle, for circle it is pi by 64 d raised to 4. For hollow circle it is pi by 64 capital D raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4. For triangle, about x axis it is bh cube by 36. About base it is bh cube by 12. For semicircle, it is about x axis 0.11 r is to 4, and about base it is pi r is to 4 by 8 or pi by pi d raised to 4 upon 128. For quarter circle, about ixx it is same 0.0549 r raised to 4, and about base it is pi r raised to 4 by 16. Okay, you just make one notebook and write down all these things in the notebook as a notes. Okay, so this is an important part for all the examination, because in many competitive examination this moment of inertia part is asked. Means for simple sketches they are asking you to calculate the mi of different cross section. Now see, I have taken a very simple example. Actually mi is not having any mark in the examination, but mi is very important part of this unit 3, bending and shear stresses. Because to find the bending stresses, unless you should know Ixx, Iyy, you cannot calculate the bending stress. Similarly, in shear stresses, unless and until you don't know moment of inertia, you cannot calculate shear stresses. So that's why everybody should know about how to calculate mi of different cross sections. Okay. So first example I have taken, find mi of rectangular cross section 150 mm by 250 mm size about centroidal axis and base. Okay, so this is the rectangle of size 150 mm is at width 150 mm, depth is 250 mm. And we have to calculate mi about centroidal axis means x axis, and y is the vertical axis. Okay, and about base means what? About EB, that is base. For about Ixx, it is BD cube by 12. B is 150, D is 250 cube by 12. You will get mi about xx 195.31 into 10 to power 6 mm raised to 4. Unit of mi is mm raised to 4. About Iyy means about vertical axis, it is dB cube by 12. It is BD cube by 12 about xx, and about yy it is dV cube by 12. Okay. Here take D250, B150 cube by 12, you will get 70.31 into 10 to power 6 mm raised to 4. It is mi about y axis. Now if you want to calculate mi about base, means at this particular point, base, means you should use parallel axis theorem. Okay. So we have seen parallel axis theorem, mi about any base is taken as mi about centroidal axis plus ah square. Okay. Or ixx plus ah square. So about EB, IXX, XX axis and EB axis, they are parallel to each other. That's why you can use the parallel axis theorem. So IXX plus AH square. IXX is 195.31 10 to power 6. I have written here IXX plus AH square. What is the area of this diagram? 150 into 250. Okay. And H square means what? Distance between two axes. Total depth is 250. So distance from this x-axis to this is half of 250, that is 125. That's why it is 125 square, that is h, distance between the axes. Then here we will get 78.25 into 10 to power 6 mm raised to 4 as a moment of inertia about base. Okay. Now second problem. Find EMI of triangular section 150 mm base and 250 mm height about CG and base. Okay, again just like previous problem, but it is a triangle, it is not rectangular section. We know that for triangle about centroidal axis we are having formula BH cube by 36. B means width and H means what? Height. Height of the triangle 250. B means what? Width. 150 into 200 cube by 36. You will get MI about centroidal axis x-axis. But to find out about base, you should use parallel axis theorem. Okay. So IAB, actually here no need to directly use the parallel axis theorem, because by adding this about the base we are getting direct abbreviated equation BH cube by 12. Okay. Or if you take parallel axis theorem as Ixx plus AHS square, you will obtain the similar value. Okay. IAB equal to BH cube by 12. Okay. So this is already written in the table, in the equation. You can see in the triangle we have written MI about CG BH cube by 36, MI about base BH cube by 12. So you can directly use the formula. Now MI of hollow rectangle section. Ixx about 6x axis is 1 by 12 BD cube by 12 minus small BD cube by 12. Capital BD external emission, small BD internal emission. Capital B is 200. Capital width is 100. From this 100, your wall thickness is 20 mm. This thickness is 20. So total width is 100. From this 100, you have to deduct this 20 plus this 20. Then you will get internal width. So internal width B, you can see capital B 100. From that, if you deduct 20, 20, that is total 40. You will get small width 60. And from total depth 200, if you deduct this 20, this 20, here you will get small depth 160. Okay. And then you can use the direct equations. Ixx is equal to 1 by 12, I have taken common. Capital BD cube by 12 minus small BD cube by 12. You will get MI about x axis, and it is 46.186 into 10 to power 6 mm raised to 4. Okay. Always these values are very very big numbers. That's why I always write these equations or values in terms of power. Okay. 46.18. Someone may like 0. Someone may write 0.46 into 10 to power 8. Someone may write 46,186 into 10 to power 3. Like that means depending upon these digits, this number 6, 3, 4, 5, you can write down moment of inertia. Now MI about y axis, it is now first case BD cube by 12, now it will be DB cube by 12. Okay. Find out that value, and it is 13.78 10 to power 6. That is MI about y axis. Now find out MI of hollow circular section. For circular section, it is pi by 64 d raised to 4. For hollow section, external MI of external circle minus MI of internal circle, pi by 64 capital D raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4. Okay. So capital D is 150, small d is 125. Okay. If you do the calculation, you will get this value as a Ixx, Iyy, both are same, 12.859 10 to power 6 mm raised to 4. Everywhere I have written this dimension in mm. Okay. Sometimes this may be given in centimeter, so your answer will be in centimeter raised to 4. If it is in meter, your answer will be meter raised to 4. Okay. But see that all the terms should have same in it. Then and then you will get the correct answer. Now I have taken I section. In bending stress and shear stress problem, means in this particular unit number 3, you have to find out MI of such sections. You should be able to find out MI of T section, I section, angle section, channel sections. So these are the sections normally used in the bending and shear stresses. That's why everybody should know about how to calculate MI of I section. See, this is an I section given of 150 mm width, means the top width is 150 and 200 mm is the depth. Means this from top to bottom total depth is 200 mm. This total depth is 200 from top to bottom. And thickness of the flange and wave is 10 mm. Normally this horizontal portion are called as flanges and vertical portion is called as wave. This portion is called as wave, this top and bottom are called as flange, which has a thickness of 10 mm. This thickness is 10 mm, this thickness is also 10 mm. If you observe this particular eye section, you will come to know that this cross section is symmetrical. Means this top flange is 150, bottom is also 150. Okay, so that's why it will have two equal section about x and y axis. Okay, means if you can pass x section from center, you can pass y axis from center. Whenever any cross section is symmetrical, it is symmetrical about both the axes, then you will get directly opposite centroids. If it is symmetrical about x, you will get y bar. Okay, so x bar will be equal to 150. X axis means what? X axis, x bar means what? This horizontal distance from y axis. Actually, y axis is at this this particular axis is at this particular corner. Y is a symmetry axis, and there is, if you want to mark the origin, this origin will be this corner. Means y will pass like this, and x will pass like this. From y axis, this horizontal distance is x bar. Distance measured from y-axis is called as x bar. Distance measured from x-axis is called as y bar. This distance from bottom is called as y bar, and this distance from y-axis is called as x bar. So x bar is equal to 150 by 2. This total width by 2, you will get x bar. Total depth by 2, you will get y bar. So y bar is 100 mm here. Okay, and x bar is, this x bar is 75 mm. Okay. Total width is 150, capital depth is 200. Now from this you calculate, because of symmetry, you can take the advantage of rectangular section here while calculating x bar and y bar, Ixx, Iy for rectangular section. Now Ixx for rectangular section, you can use the formula capital BD cube by 12 minus small bd cube by 12. How it is possible? Because section is symmetrical. If any one flange is having different dimension, then you cannot use this particular formula. You have to find out individually Ixx and Iyy. So here B, total width is 150, and from that 150, if you deduct this 10, you will get total this 70 plus this 70, means 140 will be the empty portion, and that will be total width 140 at this particular point, but deducting this 10, because 150 is the total width. From that, if you deduct this 10, you will get 140. Similarly, total depth is 200. From this 200, if you deduct this 10 and this 10, you will get this middle rectangle width, and that is 200 minus 10 means 180. It will be total inside width is 180. While calculating MI of symmetrical eye section, you can directly use capital BD cube by 12 minus small BD cube by 12. Capital B is 150, capital D is 200, small b is 140, small d is 180. You will get Ixx. Okay. Similarly, you will also get Iyy. Iyy equal to db cube by 12. Okay, because for Ixx we have taken bd cube by 12 minus bd cube by 12. So here 1 by 12, db cube by 12 minus db cube by 12. If you put all the db values, you will get the MI about yy axis. And it is 15.09 10 to power 6 mm raised to 4. Okay. Now last problem, T section. Now we can see this particular T section. T section is symmetrical about y axis, but it is not symmetrical about x axis. Okay, means you will get directly x bar. X bar is 150 by 2, that is 75 mm, but you will not get y bar because this x-axis, position of x-axis axis, it will shift somewhat upward side because major area of this particular section is concentrated in above portion. So to find out y bar, we know the procedure. We have studied in F5, a1 y1 plus a2 y2 divided by a1 plus a2. So here you can make this figure 1 like this. This may be 1 or this may be 1. So I have taken top portion as a figure 1 and this will be figure 2. So A1 means what? Area of figure 1, 150 into 50 into Y1. Y1 means what? This center of this figure from bottom. From bottom it will be 150 plus this half of 50. 150 plus 25, that is 150 plus 25. This 150 plus 25, actually it should be 175. So here 125 is wrong here. So distance of y bar, this y1 from bottom, it must be 150 into 50 is the area, and this is not 125. It must be 150 plus 25 means 175. This ordinate should be 175. Y1 should be 175. You make that correction and do this calculation again. There will be change in the result. Plus second figure. Second I have taken this portion. 150 into 50 into center of this figure from bottom. Okay, 150 into 50 area into center of this figure will be at 75 because total depth is 150. So half of that will be 75. So 75 is y2, that is correct. Okay, and then you divide it by a1 plus a2 means area of first figure plus area of second figure. By solving this you will get y bar. Now in this case 125 is wrong because this is 175. Okay, you make change and find out this y bar. Then you will get y bar. Then as you know that x bar is directly we have got from symmetry 75 and y bar is 125. After correcting this value, you take this value in further calculations. So here I have taken same value 125. Okay, so y bar means what? Whenever this beam will bend, this beam will bend, it will bend like this. Means top portion will be in compression, bottom portion will be in tension. Okay, so that's why I have written here YT. Bottom will be in tension, so YT. Top will be in compression means compression. Means this top means what? Above neutral axis will be in compression, below neutral axis will be in tension. So that's why I have written here YC and YT. To calculate IYY, I should use D1 B1 cube by 12 plus D2 B2 cube by 12. Okay, D1 B1 cube by 12 plus D2 B2 cube by 12. So, or you can directly use formula like this also. Here we have written B1 D1 cube by 12 plus A1 HN square. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. So here, uh, see this problem once again. Due to symmetry, I have written here x bar 150 by 2, y bar calculated. After that, we have to calculate Ixx, Iyy. So Ixx for calculating Ixx, it is not symmetrical, so that's why you cannot use directly the formula. So I have to find out, use parallel axis theorem, find out moment of inertia about this top flange plus moment of inertia of wave. Okay. Before that, in the parallel axis theorem, we want to calculate distances from the axes. That will be h1 and h2. H1 means what? Here there will be one axis. Half at the center of this plane there will be one x-axis axis. That axis and this x-axis axis. Distance between them will be h1. Distance between them will be h1. What will be that total distance? h1 is y bar minus y1. मीन्स y बार जो आता है उसमें से y1 माइनस करना है, you will get h1. h2 will be y bar minus y2. Okay, you will get h2. h2 means what? Center of this wave and Ixx, distance between these two axes is called as h2. Okay, and then use formula Ixx is equal to b1 d1 cube by 12 plus a1 h1 square. Okay, so b1 d1, b1 means what? Figure number 1 is this one, top figure. B1 means width 150. D1 means this 50 by 12 plus A1 means area of first figure 150 into 50 into H1. H1 means what? Distance from this particular two axes, and that is 50 mm. So I have written 50. B2 D2 cube. Second figure B2. B2 means what? This width 50 mm. D2 means what? This depth 150 mm. So B2 D2 cube by 12 plus E2 H2 square. E2 means 150 into 50. And H2 means what? Here it is 50. So we'll get Ixx about x axis. Addition of these two. Similarly, calculate Iyy. Iyy is d1 b1 cube by 12 plus d2 b2 cube by 12, because here axis is symmetrical about, figure is symmetrical about Iyy. So here h1 h2 will be 0. Here h1 h2 are there in xx, but in yy h1 h2 will be 0 because it is symmetrical about y axis. And then you write down d1 b1 cube by 12. d1 means what? Figure number 1, d1 means 50, b1 means 150. d1 means 50 into 150 cube by 12. And d2 means what? Depth 150. Second figure key depth. It is 150 into b2 cube means 50 cube by 12. You will get Iyy about this particular y axis, and it is 50.625 into 10 to the power 6 mm raised to 4. So in this way, you try to find out mi about Ixx, Iyy axis for different cross section. There may be L section, that is also called as angle section. There may be T section. There may be angle section. There may be channel section, means C section. There may be I section, symmetrical, unsymmetrical. The figure may be combination of different figure, triangle, rectangle, triangle, semicircle. Already all these things you have discussed in mechanics. So you just revise your mechanics part and try to see how to find out mi, centroid. So this will be very useful for this unit number 3. Otherwise you will be in trouble if you don't know the procedure to find out mi about any axis. Until and unless your mi is not correct, you cannot able to solve the example. So to have the correct solution of all the problems, you should know how to calculate mi of different cross sections. Okay. In next lecture, we will actually discuss the bending stress problem, its derivation and few numerical. Thank you. Thank you very much.